I want to show you how to make some easy edible art. I'm a cotton candy artist, and I'm here to hopefully give you step-by-step instructions on how to make the massive flowers that you see the Chinese guys making. Now, I always use the same machine. I've got a Carnival King 28. The Carnival King comes with a 28-inch bowl, hence Carnival King 28, and this works out perfectly for me because I use 15-inch sticks, and my end of my stick matches up perfectly with the head of the machine where the cotton candy comes out of. So, Carnival King 28, 15-inch bamboo sticks, which I buy as 32-inch sticks. I cut them in half. I cut the little pointy end off, and for $1.25 from the Dollar Tree, I get 24 sticks. I also use these little bamboo skewers for my detail. These come in at $1. So already we're at a very cheap price for a cotton candy machine. Our sticks cost $1.25. Our skewers cost $1. And then our sugars, now you can choose how much you want to spend on your sugar. I do it the cheapest way, especially for social media, because it all gets thrown away. So I mix my own sugars, which I am going to do you a video on, but on this video I'm going to show you how to do the second style of petals that I use on my flowers. So let's get started. First off, you're going to need a machine. Like I said, I use a Carnival King 28. This has got a little bit more power than the 21-inch bowl machines. You can use the smaller machines, it's just going to take you a little bit more time, okay? But the principle will be the same. Your machine, your stick, your sugar scoop, which should be supplied to the machine. Obviously, you're going to need some sugars. I use 7 different coloured sugars: pink, yellow, orange, blue, white, purple and green. What else are you going to need? Obviously you're going to need a bamboo skewer for your detail, little cup of water to keep the bamboo skewer in because you'll need that damp. I have got 1 large skewer still all intact. This, if you put too much sugar in your machine, you can put this over the top. All the straggly bits that come out, this will catch it to save the sealing of your canopy more than anything. Okay, so let's switch our machine on and get started. On with the power, and then on with the heat. Here we go. I'm going to let it heat up for a few minutes. Okay, let me show you the second style of petal that I use on my flowers. So, the machine's nicely up to temperature. You want to grab your stick, get a small amount of water and make this stick damp. You want it so the sugar has got something to partially melt, so you've got a good foundation for your flower. Now don't get this end wet, as I always say. If you get this end wet, the water's going to go in there, and then when you put your sugar on, it's all going to leak out. You're just going to end up with a sticky mess, okay? And let's get started with our foundation. So we've got our damp stick. We'll get half a scoop of sugar and spin up as if you would a small cone. Pop the stick backwards and forwards until all your sugars run out. You want a little shape a bit like this. Grab a damp skewer and fix this onto your damp stick. Okay, so you want a foundation that isn't going to go anywhere. Now, for our first colour, we're going to use a nice blue. And once again, as if you were spinning a cone, drop the stick backwards and forwards. Put it up on its end. This will give you a nice dome shape in the middle of your flower. Pull it out, it's going to get longer. You push it down, it'll be more neat and more compact. run this bit of sugar out. So we've got our nice dome shape for the centre of our flower. From here, we want to start building out a ridge so we can fashion our petals. So we'll get a different colour. Let's get some pink. Pink and blue are always favourites. Blue especially, blue ras. Okay, and then starting from the bottom, work your way up and build out this ridge. Obviously, depending on the amount of sugar you have in your machine, will determine how big your ridge is. And you want this ridge to be quite wide for this style of petal. Run all your sugar out. You hold it at an angle, you can get quite a nice ridge going. Now, if you see this, it's got quite straggly bits on it, okay? If you run it over the hot head, all those straggly bits will just disappear. As I always do, I give my cotton candies a little border towards the edge of the petals. So here we go, a little bit more blue. Run it out. Okay, so you want a shape a little bit like this. Okay, now with your damp bamboo skewer, you want to push in here and lift it straight up, and then go with the angle that you've made the centre out of. Okay, so push it in and then go with the angle made. Give it a little twist if you feel any resistance. If there's a lot of resistance from the cotton candy on this stick, really get it damp again. There you go. In and up, and in and up. And a bit. Okay, now this style of petals will give you little indentations that you can put sprinkles, edible glitter. I've even done popcorn in those little holes before now. So let me show you again. Let's get a different colour. Say work from the bottom. Make a ridge. Holding it at an angle to make this ridge. Make your bottom nice and neat. Get your second colour. On the bottom. Get your angle right. And you can make this ridge or this disc as wide as you like. The wider your disc, the larger your holes will be for your little goodies to go in. Run your sugar out. Okay. Grab your damp bamboo skewer and once again in, and then lift it up and go with the same angle as the petal that you're joining it to. Okay, and up, and up, up. There you go. You will find that the petals are a little bit pointier as well, but if they're not pointy enough for you, have a little play about. yourself a nice star shape. Okay, and then as always put a nice little border on. Start at the bottom. And there you go. That's your second style of petal. If you want to know the first style, go back one video. Alright? Edible art. Who'd have thought, eh? Just a bit of sugar, a bit of flavouring, and a bit of colouring. This is only how I do it. If you've got any better ways or different ways, drop me a line. If you've got any questions, go ahead and ask in the comments. Peace out, guys.